Oh, you right?
This is my warrior husband, Michael.
And this is my journalist wife, Ruth.
We're lost somewhere on Earth, together.
Time to go to work.
Our mission, get back alive.
Hold it! That is a shark.
But first, we need to find out where the heck we are.
We gotta keep moving south.
If travel is the true test of a relationship, ours is about to get stretched to the limit.
If that tree breaks, we have to talk about your diet.
Shut up! This is going to be hell on earth.
All the surviving I've ever done, I've done with Mike. On this one, we've agreed to be separated, so I'm a little bit nervous.
That's my baby, and she's gonna be out there by herself. I'm kind of getting scared now. We start off in Tennessee. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be dropped off in the Appalachians. Now, I'm a Kentucky boy, and that's my backyard, but one thing I know for sure is that terrain is gonna be treacherous. She's got the skills, and she could be all right, but anything can happen out here. Ruth and I always have a contingency plan for how to get linked back up if we get separated. Usually it requires her to be static and me to be mobile and come find her.
Now I've got to get onto the task of signaling Mike. But straight away, I've got to deviate from the plan. I cannot stay here. Look, it's a wall of trees around me. There's no way I can signal him from here. I have to move. First thing I want to do is get some kind of protection. People die every year from black bear attacks. And this is black bear country. The key when you're making a spear or any kind of walking stick is make it so it's above your head. And if you're going through terrain like that and you slip, you don't slip over and stab your eye out with the end of it.
I know this aircraft. I can tell how fast we're going, and that helps me kind of pace what distance I think we're covering on the ground. Now, the first thing I'm focusing on is every movement of that helicopter so I can backwards plan in my head how to get back to my sweetie.
So I've made my spear, and now I've got to get onto the task of signaling Mike. I'm still very close to where the chopper put me down. But if Mike comes this way, I need him to know that I'm going that direction.
I was fortunate during my early days in Special Forces to have a lot of Vietnam man trackers in my team, so I learned a lot about tracking from the old guys. Pop off my blindfold, I see exactly what I expect, a lot of very steep, treacherous terrain. First thing I'm thinking once I get out of that chopper is I got no time to waste. I know in 24 hours Ruth is going to be breaking camp and heading out, so I got to get to her before it gets dark. Because at dark, I can't be moving in this kind of terrain. That could be a death sentence. So the situation is, we took off from Tennessee. We've been flying for a couple hours. We could be anywhere in Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia, but none of that really matters right now. What matters is that Ruth and I are separated, and we need to get linked back up. So if I know Ruth, first thing she's going to do is look for a good place to set up a signal. The first thing I got to do is find a good place to see her signal. But before I do any of that, I got to take an inventory and see what goodies they've given me. Each mission, we're given a bag of goodies. Some of it's useful, some of it's useless. I see they give me a big old rope. That's good. Okay. Looks like about 100 foot.
Hat and gloves.
What in the world is this? A bumblebee? Normally, I pride myself on being able to creatively find an application for something, but with this bumblebee, I'm pretty much vexed. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing.
Look at that vicious tool of death.
My hat. Gotta have Pimp Daddy style even in the bush.
Purple string.
Jacket.
This is a fire piston, the fire starting kit.
And chlorine pool tablet.
Toilet seat covers. You know, it's always a mishmash of really useful gadgets and just utter rubbish.
Got my clothes, got my knife, got my scarf, and got my gloves.
I do not want to get lost in here. It's very easy to get lost. I mean, look, it all looks the same. So I'm going to do something called dead reckoning so I can stay going in a straight line. So I'm going to look at something recognizable here. Okay, so I've got a horizontal fallen branch behind me. That's my first point. And then there's some large leafed, I think they're giant magnolias of some type. I'm going to head directly from there. When I get there, I'm going to stop. I'm going to look back at my horizontal log and then pick something else directly in front. And that way, I'm going to keep going in a straight line. In the distance, I can see a lighter area in the green wall of trees. And that means there is a clearing. It's opening out. So that's the way I'm heading.
Best thing for me to do is get to some high ground so I can spot her signal fire. Come on, stay close. Right now, I got one mission to get linked up with my wife, so I'm moving as quickly as I can, but there's a lot of risk in that. I could make a mistake, I could break a leg, I could fall down a cliff and die, I could be bit by a rattlesnake, plus I'm just exerting a lot of energy that might hurt me in the long run. Looks like we're getting Close to the cliffs already.
Okay, this is the magnolia grove that I spotted. Look at these weird prehistoric leaves. So now I'm going to look back up there to my horizontal log, and something in the same line down there. Okay, that's my new target down there. I can see an outcrop of rock, reddish-coloured rock. And something else I'm going to do is, because this is a bit further than I thought, is I'm going to leave some signs for Mike. So I'm sorry, magnolia, but I'm going to strip the leaves off here, sprinkle those around, and then I'm going to tie it to that. Basically, the key for leaving a sign is to do something that is recognisably human, something that an animal wouldn't do. There we go. I mean, it looks stupid, but it looks like a human did it. So onto that red cliff.
The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, but in the Appalachians, that ain't never quite that easy.
This terrain is tough because you're always going up and down, and around and side to side, so that's why you gotta have a general bearing. There's no straight line walking out here. Whoa! Huh. That wind is strong. I know that helicopter took off in that direction, and I'm guessing that Ruth is in this general direction.
I don't see Ruth's signal fire, so the only thing I could do is keep trying to get to good vantage points and keep looking.
I'll show you this technique called self-retrieve rappel. You can put it around a strong anchor point. You basically do one half loop, put the other half loop through it, like that, cinch it down, and then you take the other side, half loop, put it through there, cinch that down, and then you just keep weaving it. That's it. 7 times for good luck. Once you get to the bottom, you pull one side, pops that loop, pull the other side, and just keep doing it back and forth. It undoes the 7 knots, and then you recover your rope.
Next thing I gotta do is I gotta make a harness. What this does is it keeps me tied to the rope and reduces my chance of falling and breaking a bone.
Make sure you're not hurting the family jewels. Now, if we're gonna lower this down, and I'm gonna measure out about how far down it goes. All right. Wow, it's more than 60. So that's about a 90-foot drop. Uh-oh.
Going down this cliff is a big risk, but it's also a big time saver. Now, I gotta do it in a hurry, but if I go too fast and get dead, then it's gonna do me no good.
Okay, major stumbling block. It's a huge, great cliff. I mean, there's a cliff between me and the cliff I wanted to get to. So I'm going to have to skirt round. I'm still quite close to where the chopper put me down, but now I'm changing direction from my original arrow, so I'm going to leave another little arrow for Mike. There's no guarantee that Mike's even going to come this way, but if he does, he will see my arrow, and this is distinctly man-made. I've stripped it. It's really opening out. You can see a big vista right there. Oh, this is perfect. Wow. This is incredible. Look, I mean, if Mike is anywhere out in that valley, I can signal him. If he comes down from the meadow behind me, I've left arrows for him. Woo! Mike! Mike!
My deal here is I'm gonna let myself down little by little around my butt and just keep feeding it. Man, that is death down there, dude. There ain't no doubt about it. Holy cow. Okay, here goes. All right, baby, I love you. I'm coming to you as quickly as I can. It's gonna hurt. Okay. Shoot. Well, the problem is it's a bad overhang. Nowhere for me to walk down. Oh, man, that goes away. Okay. Whoa. Man, that is death down there, dude. Whoa. I'm gonna try for it. It's gonna hurt.
It's day 1 of being separated in the southern Appalachian Mountains, and I've got 2 objectives for my mission. First is to find my wife, Ruth, and then to find civilization. But this rocky terrain is not making either one of those easy.
Mike! Mike! So I found an area that's perfect to light a signal fire for Mike. But before I do that, I want to check that the area is safe. There's no hidden dangers here. Whoa. This is a widowmaker in waiting. When you're anywhere in the wilderness, you've got to be really aware of your surroundings. Woo! Just imagine if I'd been under that.
Oh, God bless. Okay, that saved me a little bit of time and a lot of risk. I tell you what, though, I could not see there was an overhang. That's why you don't do this stuff by yourself. And that's why I ain't doing any more of this unless I can see what I'm walking down. Okay.
It's getting late. I have to get a fire started so I can signal Mike. The key is to find dead branches that are not actually on the forest floor because they are damp. So this is perfect. It's dead, but it's leaning up against a tree. This hollow is great because it's a natural little windbreak. So what I'm doing is building a little platform. That will keep my embers off the wet ground and it'll also help air flow through the fire, feeding it with the oxygen.
If I want to find roost signal fire, I've got to climb to a higher vantage point. In this case, the higher I go, the better my chances are of spotting her.
So this is the fire piston. So basically what you need to do is put a tiny little bit of tinder in there and then bang it together like that. And it forms a little ember through compression. This is char cloth, and what this is extremely flammable. So I'm going to put a tiny piece of this in the end of the fire piston. Another idea. This toilet seat cover is going to be my little tinder nest. Nope. This is frustrating. It is essential to get this fire started. If I don't get the fire started, I can't signal Mike, and I'll have to spend a night without him. But more worryingly, he is just somewhere in the woods. This one has to work. Look. Yes! Woo! Come on, get in there, get in the right place. As soon as this gets going properly, I'm gonna put green foliage on it because that will create smoke.
All right. Okay, that's the missus. She's got a signal fire going. That's smoke from her fire.
There ain't no doubt about it that this treacherous terrain is slowing me down. And if I don't hurry, then the only thing I'm gonna have to guide me is moonlight.
That's my baby, and I gotta get to her. All right, I'm not going down or up anymore. We're just gonna keep skirting this ridge line on this cliff. Woo!
Well, this wind's kicking up, so I'm gonna try and make myself a little shelter. I'm gonna use this widowmaker that I got down from the tree as kind of the spine, and then just make a basic lean-to. But you know, people who find themselves in survival situations aren't generally Olympic athletes with a backpack full of army gear. And you just gotta keep going. It's all about the mindset.
Moving in the dark like this is not safe. I don't recommend it, but I've seen the fire, I've seen the smoke. I know she's close. I gotta get there before it gets too dark to move. I often use those logs, like little walkways, or like this fallen tree, because they'll clear out some brush for you. It makes it a little bit easier. Oh man, that hurt. Bam, I take a fall. I didn't expect that. It hurt a lot. I ain't got time to think about it. I got to get to her. The darkness is coming on fast, and it's gonna be pitch black. All right, my baby. God bless.
It's day one of being dropped somewhere in the Appalachian Mountains. After being separated for the last 12 hours, I've nearly reunited with Ruth, thanks to her signal fire. But our mission ain't over until we find civilization. And right now, all I care about is getting up this ridge safely.
That's my baby. Keeping the home fires burning bright. Look at that.
Mike, is that you? Is that noise you?
Yeah. Hey, baby! Woo! You think I'm coming?
I'm on the edge of a cliff here.
Baby. Oh, wow.
Did you see the fire? Is that how
I
you...
did. It guided me in, baby. It's so good. Good job. You got the fire. You got a shelter, too. Oh, it's good to see you. Oh, okay.
I've got a massive, massive dehydration headache.
Why don't we get some rest, and then tomorrow in the morning, we'll hydrate, We'll make a plan.
Now, careful, because there's some things here that can poke your eyes out.
Okay.
And it's a bit downhill here as well.
You know what? You're here. And that's enough for me.
Oh, I'm so pleased you're alive. I was scared about the cliffs, you know?
Okay, baby.
I've got a whopper of a dehydration headache.
Ground is very moist, so I'm betting there's probably some kind of runoff that we can drink.
I've heard it.
Yeah. All right. Let me get to the bottom. Oh. Here, let me show you.
What the hell is that?
Our lovely people have packed me a bumblebee, okay? And they've given me a pool tablet.
Chlorine.
Yeah, it's chlorine for cleaning pools. And this is a bumblebee piggy bank. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the butt plug out of this bumblebee butt.
So I'm going to be drinking swimming pool water from a bumblebee's.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Don't slip.
I'm gonna use that bumblebee butt for my water container and get some hydration for my baby. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for, is this little bit of runoff. It's not safe to drink because it's got all the runoff from the ground, but it's water if I treat or boil, I can drink plenty. If I were a little kid trying to raid this piggy bank, I'd be in trouble. Okay, so now got it full up. Now, we teach doctors to use this stuff for going into disasters so they can actually carry more bleach for treating water for a large number of people without carrying the liquid and the weight. There's no real formula for this if you're not cleaning a pool-sized amount of water. So what I'm gonna do is just take what they call a swag, a scientific wild guess. All right, so I'm gonna go a little strong at first. A little bit more to top that off and rinse off the edge. Something for your headache. Don't mind the bleach smell.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's not like a swimming pool. That's like a toilet.
Well, I'll go lighter on the treatment next time.
It smells like a crossing a toilet and a swimming pool.
So, I was thinking last night, now we know we took off from Tennessee, right? We could be anywhere from Tennessee to Kentucky to North Carolina or Virginia, or maybe even as far north as West Virginia. But any way you slice it, this mountain range is the Blue Ridge Mountain Range, and it runs north and south. So what we need to do is make a decision to go east or west and break out of this mountain chain.
Well, we didn't start off in mountains. I want to go west in case we're closer to the west.
All right?
So I choose west.
I'm thinking every once in a while in marriage, you gotta compromise. And so I'm hoping she's right, because I really don't want to express how upset I'm gonna be if she's not.
We're heading west, and that's really easy to do in a clear terrain when you can look at the sun and think that way's west. But we've got a lot of overhead canopy.
Not to mention, we've got to follow the terrain to a certain extent, and there's nothing straight line about that kind of movement in that terrain at all. It's gonna be slippery. There you go.
You know, I've heard tales of hikers being lost in the Appalachians for days, just stuck in stands of rhododendron like this. Wow, careful with your feet.
That is a very, very deep sinkhole.
Having you stand that close, it makes me feel sick. Please come away.
Yes, Mom. Coming away from the edge.
I think he does it to mess with me. If I weren't there, he'd be standing somewhere safely, but this is his way of messing with me, his way of training me.
I'm going to do that anyway. I want to see as much as I can see. That means I got to get as close to the edge as possible. I can't help it if I find it a little bit exciting. Baby?
We're not going west anymore, are we?
No, and that's why I'm looking at this little piece of rock, because this thing just keeps going and keeps going, and it doesn't look like it goes down at all. So instead of going out of our way, I think we can just go down right here and stay on our general westerly course. Once you hold this.
Well, yeah, I mean, you haven't got any proper sense of danger. I think you're adrenaline deficient. Careful, 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 Mike.
Uh-oh. Not sure that... No snakes. It's all good.
Right, I'm putting this down, it's got a blade in it, okay?
Slide it on down. Soon.
Woo! I mean, that could be me in a minute.
Baby, come on. I'm really not comfortable.
I don't care.
Like that's something new. Come on. I got you. All right, now keep sliding. You're good. Keep coming. Keep coming.
Mike, what are you doing?
I'm bringing you to me. Come over to me.
I'm slipping.
I got you.
I hate heights, okay?
All right.
Okay, oh, I'm fine now.
Sweetie, I don't think you're gonna like this.
Don't go any closer.
I mean, the problem with all these hills, Or you get these bluffs that just drop off like this.
Can't get down this.
Baby, that's west. That's the way we gotta go. We are on a bluff.
This is just awful.
I ain't real excited about putting my wife on a rope, but it's either go down or spend an extra day or more going around. Bottom line is, we have to go down. And we have to keep going down, and then we have to go up again.
This is no joke.
It's very, very dangerous. You miss your mark, and you're going for a little flight. All right, look, do like this then, okay? Hold the rope underneath your arm, around your back. And that way, if you start to fall, close in on yourself and hold it like that, okay? With both hands, all right? So now, you can control your descent like this, okay?
So you're stepping backwards.
Yep.
Like a lunatic off there. You're not even holding onto the rock.
Whoa!
Oh, you're right.
All good. All right, here's what I want you to do, okay? Just put the rope around your back, hold on with one hand, hold on with the other. Just listen to my voice and focus on coming to me.
Okay, here's the bag.
Okay.
It's going up.
Got it.
Okay.
And just start off leaning on the rope, and you'll feel it.
What if this tree breaks?
Baby, if that tree breaks, then we have to talk about your diet.
No, it's sliding. Oh, my God. I can't do this. I cannot do this.
Baby, you can do it. Just use the rope and try to guide yourself to these trees, okay? That's it. Just line yourself up on that tree just like you're trying to back up to the tree itself. And it's just like an isosceles triangle there. Your feet. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're doing great, babe.
It's day 2 of being stranded somewhere in the Appalachian Mountains. And right now, I'm taking my life in my hands trying to get down the first part of a 90-foot cliff.
There you go. Lean on the rope. Lean on the rope. That's it. Keep that friction. There you go. That's exactly it. Lean into the rope. That will give you good balance and strength on your feet, that your feet have good contact with the rock.
I get the principle. It's my fingers are not strong enough to hold this, Mike.
You don't have to hold it, baby. All you have to do is control it.
This cliff is making me feel sick.
Just hold on. There you go. All right. Good.
No, there's a lid one. You don't. Just get out of the way. Right, it's okay. You can't get too.
All right, good. Yay. See?
I want to marry a chef or somebody who doesn't know.
Good job. I knew you were
Right
terrified.
away from the wedge.
Yeah, I gotta get the rope back. If you did fall and you missed me, there ain't no coming back from that. Ruth did a really good job going down the first 30 foot of that rappel, but now I'm seeing a new way from this position, and it might be a better way down. Honey, we gotta crawl through this crevice. You want me to take the pole? No, okay. That looks a little tight. What's it look like? Can we get through?
I think so. I don't know. Low, it's low.
Okay. We're gonna have to crawl to get through and get around that bend. Let me see your ruck. That's a really narrow passage. So we can get down and crawl through as opposed to going back out and trying to find a way up the mountain or back down the mountain, more repelling.
I'm just relieved that we don't have to keep going down the cliff. There's this little crevice that we can take round the side. I'm in that crevice. Try not to breathe in the dust. You get hantavirus. I mean, I'm serious.
I'm serious too. People ain't supposed to be in places like this.
I'm very much not fond of diseases that can kill me horribly. And I get a moment where I almost start to panic and I gotta put it in check because I just can't think like that.
The crevice detour helped us avoid rappelling another 60 feet down the cliff. But now we have to climb up again just to see if it'll pay off.
This way, babe. Babe,
I'm going this way.
you should try to go the easiest way.
Oh, my God. Mike, there's an overhang. Please come back.
know,
Look,
I
you can
know.
see the overhang on there. See? Oh, my goodness.
That's a big one. I'm all about avoiding going
Death.
up and down any chance we can, so I'd rather take a little bit more time and go that way as long as I can see a way down. So that's the way we gotta go. So we gotta walk around the canyon that way.
Going up and down, and all the adrenaline of going down those cliffs. I'm just exhausted.
Gotcha.
Thank you. Mike, is there anything here that tells you where we are? I mean, Appalachia, southern Appalachia.
So far, no. What I do know is we're in some steep up and down hill country. But no distinct signs yet.
Whoa. Is that thunder?
Yeah.
Looks clouded up as well. There's a big crack of thunder, and we're in this tiny, slippy little valley, and it's going to be lethal underfoot if it gets wet. You know, it's actually raining now. I can feel it dripping through the canopy.
Yeah, it's starting to drizzle. Oh. Hello, Mr. Snake.
Oh, gosh.
I have a lot of experience handling and eating snakes, but every time I do it, I have to enter it like it's a real life and death situation, because it is. That's a rattler.
That's looking at you. That doesn't like you.
No.
Look, its tongue, it's tasting, it's checking where you are. Mike,
Yep.
It's coming towards you.
Baby, and guess what? I'm coming towards it. We ain't ate in a long time, and I'm hungry.
It's a venomous snake.
Yeah, but once his head's off, it's still good meat. Hey, mister, right now you're gonna become food for me.
It's a venomous snake.
Yeah, but once his head's off, it's still good meat. Hey, Mr. Snake, I'm very sorry. There are plenty of your brothers about here that are gonna be taking care of things for you, but right now you're gonna become food for me.
It's day 2 of being abandoned in the Appalachian wilderness. We're exhausted and we're starving. So right now, even a rattlesnake seems appetizing.
I know. I just gotta get a good position for a clean kill, that's all.
Oh, look, it's moving and it knows I'm talking about it. I swear, it knows.
Always tease her.
Stop it. Ah, goodness, that's freaky. Wow, 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 wow. Gosh. Mind over matter, mind over matter. A deal with a dead snake. Oh, gosh. This is just unpleasant. Lunch shouldn't wriggle when you're cooking it. It's just plain wrong.
I ain't gonna argue against you on that one.
See that?
Yep.
That's the autonomic nervous system responding to the temperature of the flame. The snakes have a little teeny brain, so in order to control that long body, they have a system that allows them to just respond to things without it having to go all the way up to the brain and think about it.
I can think of something like that with men.
At the end of the day, it's only one snake. It's not a great deal of food, but every little bit counts out here. Gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, that's plenty cooked. Ain't that? It's a good piece.
Ain't much meat, but that tastes good. Mmm.
That is wonderful.
Mmm. Going up and down these hills is taking it out of me. I was flagging. That's proper storm right there. In a good spot, might as well just wait it out. That sounds like it's getting worse. This is the motel under the rock. All right. Well, it can rain all at once, baby doll. You're gonna be warm and dry and snuggled up.
We're exhausted, we're starving, there's no sign of people, and I'm thinking in my head, what if West is taking us further into the hills?
Okay. Oh, look at that.
What?
This little plant right here, that is a yam. See how you got those leaves and they're growing around in a circular pattern like that?
Does that mean we can eat it, it's a yam?
Yeah, you can, but this is mostly used medicinally, mostly for feminine issues like menstrual cramps, that type of thing. But what's interesting about it is that it's primarily found in the Appalachians around Tennessee and Kentucky. And so I'm betting we're in Tennessee.
So we never even left.
Nope. It just flew us around circles and dropped us right in the same darn state. Okay, cool. Doesn't change anything. We're still moving west. Stop, 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 stop.
Snake.
No. Booby trap.
What do you mean a booby trap?
It's a darn stinking booby trap. People are using these things to protect illegal crops, and it's actually hurting people who are just out hiking through the woods. But the real problem for us right now is where there's one, there's going to be more. They use these to protect, like, stills for moonshine, or protect marijuana fields, or to protect ginseng.
What would happen? I mean, it's a rat trap.
Well,
I don't
what would
understand.
happen?
I don't
Look,
understand.
all right, check it out. The trap is set. Somebody pulls the string. The rat trap goes off, nails a hammer into the shotgun shell, and it blasts them with buckshot.
That's outrageous.
So,
That's
yeah,
sick.
this is a big
That is
problem.
sick. Can you imagine if a child was there? That'd be a head height for a small child.
Exactly. Just go real slow and look for strings as we're walking, okay? And I'll keep this ahead of us.
I'll tell you what that means. We're close to people.
Yeah, well spotted.
Oh, it's obvious. Rattler, I can hear a rattler. Here?
I can see one, and he's off. You know what? They use rattlesnakes as well for booby trapping their crops.
This is horrible.
Okay, all right, we got a rattler on this side, and we got a cliff on that side, and that's the way we need to go, so we'll just keep moving forward and keep our eyes out. I gotta say, secretly, I'm impressed because they've actually set up a pretty good kill zone.
Stop!
Wow, it's day 3 of being lost somewhere in the Appalachian Mountains. We've survived all sorts of natural perils, and now we're face to face with a man-made threat, booby traps. All right, well, listen, we're gonna continue moving this direction, but I'm not gonna leave this. We're gonna set it off before we go so it can't hurt anyone. Okay, baby, stay behind me, keep your eye on the snake, and I'm gonna trip this thing.
Oh my gosh, I hate lorries like this. Try to make myself all small.
Baby, you might want to cover your ears.
Whoa!
All right, that's one less booby trap to hurt somebody, but we definitely gotta keep our eyes open.
That's just awful.
It's pretty mean.
Watch out the cliff to the right.
Cliffs to the right, snakes to the left, booby traps in front. Oh, joy.
Oh, look at this. This is a lady slipper. Now, these things, they go all the way up the eastern seaboard from, like, Georgia all the way up to Canada. But you know what its nickname is? Kentucky orchid.
Right. All right, well, that's well spotted, baby. It's another clue.
It's always a little secret clue for me when I can identify something that Mike can't.
All right, keep on moving. Opening up a little bit up here, babe.
What's
I
that?
see an open field and I see some water.
This is a field. This is cleared.
Okay.
This looks like farmland. I mean, this is cleared by a human being.
Yes, it is. And that means we're that much closer. And you know what else that means? That it's a good job we went west.
Like I said.
Yeah, like you said.
Sweaty kids. Yes! West is best.
She gets lucky, all right? Now I gotta live with it.
Look, cow pat.
Yep.
We're near civilization.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's a creek. Why don't we follow that? And look, a building. All right. I'm glad some people decide to live way out in the sticks. There's a fence up here. There's a house, baby. Doesn't look like anybody's home. Hello? Interesting front porch. Hello, hello. Anybody home?
Hello. Oh my God, there's a big skull.
Yeah, a cow. Say they do cattle, or did.
Hello. We look like hell, and I'm just knocking on the door of a random stranger's home.
Well, you know, it's just mountain folk. You show up with a big old spear, they're gonna welcome you with a smile or a shotgun.
Knock again. Hi?
Hello. Really, really, really sorry to bother you.
Okay.
Is there any chance you could call us a taxi so we can get to the closest town?
The taxi service is a little sketchy out here, but I can maybe give you a lift.
That would
Nah, lift would be good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Do me a favor.
Tell me what part of Tennessee we're in.
You're not in Tennessee. This is Kentucky.
You should have known Kentucky.
Oh, it's all blowed up. Wrong state.
Kentucky.
Wrong state,
It's
okay.
from
This
Kentucky.
is Kentucky, and you guys need some water to maybe...
Some water be
rehydrate the
wonderful.
brain.
Yeah? That would be great if you don't mind. Thank you. Our journey began on separate paths in the southern Appalachian Mountains. Using a signal fire allowed us to reunite before we headed west and traversed down steep cliffs where we dodged booby traps and rattlers until we found sanction in an old Kentucky home.
These mountains are full of surprises, and on this mission, our biggest obstacle was being separated for an entire day. But after reuniting together, we were able to rise above Appalachia.